Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for the second semi-final. We just saw Argentina get themselves a 3-point victory over the Samoans, so they advance to face the winner of this matchup, Fiji versus New Zealand. Quick look through at the Fijian side: Motunuthangi, Noia Thukalau, Batitaringa Natungu, Jerry Tuwai back in the starting lineup, Saturanga and Mai Samoa, the last man and that starting Fijian side. Then for the Kiwis, it is Sam Dixon, Dylan Collier, Sione Molia, Regan Ware, Rockily Soa, Brady Rush, and Leroy Carter. Now, this game was slightly delayed due to that other game running a bit longer. That was because of a Samoan player injury. And now we are ready to go. Natungu will be kicking off this one from left to right. The semi-final for a spot in the final up against Los Pumas. The loser of this contest does not have an easy next match either. They will be going head-to-head with the Samoans. Leroy Carter, wide cutout pass. New Zealand inside of their own 22, and it is Dylan Collier now looking for the offload. Nice take from Regan. We are almost like a slip catch in cricket, but the penalty goes the way of the Fijians in the breakdown. Now trying to find that ball, and they've done just that, but he was just half an inch ahead of the mark, so the referee tells him to come on back. New Zealand already world champion, should let Fiji win this, says Spider-Mick, and the All Blacks says he made sure for Fijian families to watch this game. Check out Fiji One TV, says Blues Nate. And there as well. And also, much love, brother. New emojis for me, woohoo, says Kerr. 114th all-time World Series meeting. 45th time in a semi-final that these two sides have gone head-to-head. Like they mentioned before this game, they are two of the most decorated sides in all of the Rugby Sevens world. The crowd always absolutely love when they go head-to-head. Will ABs drop their balls in this game? That's a $64 question, says Mumbo Jumbo. But now 6 minutes remaining. The Fijians have got this one 35 metres out from New Zealand's line. Mai Samoa tries to carve his way through, but Leroy Carter gets him round the bootlaces. Going to the short side, Natungu. Plenty of pressure being put on him by New Zealand. Saturanga now goes off to Sevu Motunuthangi. Back to Saturanga. Fiji losing quite a bit of ground at the moment. It's gone backwards again. They are now 45 metres out from their own line. It's taken a little bit of time to try and regroup here, the Flying Fijians. Although Sam Dixon trying to grab that ball, and Regan Ware ends up cleaning it up. Dylan Collier off the Rockily Soa, and that'll be the first try of the matchup. New Zealand, to be honest, it didn't look like it was coming, that try. It looked like Fiji instead were going to get the first crack at the line, but instead it has the Kiwis with Rockily Soa, the 6th try in London. And New Zealand 17, Fiji 10 is Pedro's prediction there. And us All Blacks fans need to relax. Already champions done and dusted, says Creeper Reigns. And heard Levi Moore is off to the Crusaders in 2024. He will be a big signing for them. Very talented player, Levi Moore. Although I am a little bit sad because that means Moana Pacifica are going to have probably a bit of a gap in their midfield. Unless, of course, they're looking at an overseas player like a Noia Levu. You know, one of those fellas. Maybe you could go with Joshua Tuasova, Semi Radradra. I don't know whether those guys are available, though. Rockily Soa now going to be lining up this drop kick to get us underway. He's actually up to 43 tries for the season, Rockily Soa. If he gets himself 2 more, he will be matching Makos Maneta. Now, Waisan Natungu held up in the air for a little while. Sevu Motunuthangi goes back to Tuwai. Now, he has been down in many matches before, and he's found ways to fight back. And I think Leinster is off to Toulon. Yeah, that will be a big signing for the top 14 as well. Work from Fiji, moving up to 42 metres out from their own line. Natungu, dummy sold. But Leroy Carter did not fall for it. Now Saturanga. The moment for Fiji, they just haven't quite been able to find that gap in New Zealand's defence, which I think is really not helping them. That's Jerry Tuwai finds the offload up to Wallace Aliso, and the penalty goes the way of New Zealand. So Revi is too old. There's Lola there. Quick tap taken by Leroy Carter. Goes off to Josh Dixon. Sorry, that is Sam Dixon, not Josh. Now Sam Dixon, ball on the inside to Leroy Carter. Wrestled down, gets back up to his feet. Tackled again, and another advantage going the way of New Zealand. Sione Molia, ball on the outside to Collier, and he scores it in the corner. Dylan Collier, New Zealand now 12-0 up over the Flying Fijians. And Tosaviti, there's Lala, or Lola, I should say. And Rockily Soa is one of my favourite players. He is a speedster and a half, that is for sure. But Dylan Collier gets in the corner for New Zealand. That is now 2 tries throughout this contest, and that will be quite concerning for the Fijians. Did they just say that they want to check this one? Time back on. I know they were just getting people out of the way. Now Rokalisoa lining up this kick, and it's gone away to the left-hand side. You're only as young as the person you feel, says girl. I think I feel about 46, if I'm being honest. I'm brittle, I think. I'm starting to have doubts about Fiji, says Lola. I should mention the winner of this game will go on to face Argentina. The loser will be facing up against Samoa. So that means either way, for the bronze final, we get to see Samoa versus Fiji or Samoa versus New Zealand. I'm pretty happy about that. Now Sam Dixon, offload over the top to Regan Weir. Now charging forward again. Brady Rush to Rokalisoa. My Samoa misses the tackle. Couldn't quite find that offload. Now he gets it away to Dylan Collier. And that was no clear release. Another penalty goes the way of... Oh. Okay, they weren't quite on the mark there. Brady Rush decides to take the quick tap. Goes off to this left-hand side. Rokalisoa now to Regan Weir. Molia, skip pass over the top of Carter. Dixon now driving for the corner. Good step. Big fend. Oh, he's dropped the ball. He's fumbled it. The big man. Gonna be no try. Leroy Carter was about to punch the ball. And what's the point? Says Marika. At the moment, the score is 12-0 for New Zealand. I think Argentina and New Zealand will be in the final. Oh, they're trying to say it might have been stripped by Nathunu. I don't think it was. I don't think Leroy Carter will claim that one. Adam Leal, what are they deciding here? I think it's a knock-on. Knock-on by Black is the call. All the South Pacific countries except Argentina, said Lola. Come on, Fiji, fire up, boys. The All Blacks are just next level, just unstoppable, says Creeper Reigns. Right, scrum feed now for the Fijians. Fiji have only advanced to the Cup final twice this season, both in Hong Kong. Unfortunately for the Fijians, they are yet to get themselves the gold in a Sevens leg this year. Now, Jerry Tuai likes to feed the ball in there. Extremely low body position on this near side of the field for the Fiji. A nice flick through the legs, I believe that was. Ntongu now sells the dummy as if he was going to be passing across. Leroy Carter trying to cover, but Saturanga. Big shot on him by Regan Weir. Smashed him backwards. Now my Samoa just running out of space. And you can see the frustration on his face there. He was like, this is not working, boys. I am just going to try and bulldoze through the opposition. Counter ruck there from New Zealand. Loose ball. Kicked forward from Regan Weir, but he put a bit too much juice on it. Then we'll go back to where he kicked it from the final. Or this final, Puma will win. Says Jamant there. And big hit, says Creeper Reigns, and did South Africa win any main tournament this year yet, says Hanoi? I believe they have been close. I think they made it through to a couple finals, but haven't quite got there in the end, unfortunately, for them. Both sides have played in 8 London Sevens Cup finals. Tied most of all teams. What's wrong with Fiji and Samoa, says Spider-Meek? The thing is, I don't know whether there's anything wrong with it. It's just some of these big games, unfortunately, haven't gone their way. Like Samoa, we're very close to beating Argentina. And what was a hard-fought, close battle. Up to that point, Samoa had been undefeated. That's going to be the penalty going the way of Fiji. The turf's starting to rip up a little bit here at Twickenham. It doesn't look like it's too easy to stand without having a bit of a slip and slide underneath you. Now, my Samoa, big shot on him by Brady Rush. Penalty goes the way of the Kiwis. And they will look to use this to their advantage. Sam Dixon's got to go get the ball. Now throw it across. So Leroy Carter is keen to take this quick tap. Nope. They're going to give it off to Rokalisoa instead. Right. Leroy Carter has passed that ball off to Rokalisoa, pretty much indicating, I'm going to go on this right-hand side. Give me the ball. And he does just that. And now Leroy Carter. Pass on the outside to Sione Molia. Slips over as well. It's very hard to get your traction underneath you, and that will be the penalty now to Fiji. They'll take the quick tap. Mothino Thangi now going off to the right. Fiji yet to get themselves a try in this first half, but they certainly have not stopped trying. And I wish we could keep Elijah Nico for the 2024 season. There's Richard Ioane. Going to be kicked downfield. Sam Dixon goes across to Regan, where the Kiwis could kick this ball out if they want, but that is just not how New Zealand play when it is halftime. Regan Weir back across to Rokalisoa. Wide cut out pass now to Sione Molia. But Titaringa tries to shut him down. Done a relatively decent job of it as well. Now back across to Rokalisoa. Going now to Brady Rush. Dixon. An option on the near side instead tries to bump off Mothino Thangi, who just keeps on making the tackles. This game's running deep. That was slapped out of the hands of the Kiwis. And now it's the chance for Fiji. Tell you what, Dylan Collier has got plenty of pace. Mayo tackled the man late. It's Leroy Carter versus three men. My Samoa gets over the line. Fiji scores it between the posts, and that will be the first of possibly many tries for the Fijians in this contest. I was by Samoa, said Benjamin. I was like, yes, Fiji, says Viniana, try Fiji, says Ezekiel there as well. But it's Manueli, my Samoa, the try scorer here for Fiji. Natungu was able to clean up the ball. Saturanga was put it in the big yards, but he was caught by Collier pretty quickly. Argentina and New Zealand in the final. And also we have got there, who's Manita's daddy? There's Richard, probably a very quick man, I would assume. The way that Manita scores tries for fun, and also more Fiji, more says Viniana, and about time, says Spider-Mick there, and also Argentina and New Zealand in the final. Be pretty decent. Fiji, you beauty is the sign that's in the crowd, and that is certainly what most Fijians are saying at the moment. The last-minute try in the first half to keep them in the contest for a spot in the final up against the Pumas. 7 minutes left to determine who will be victorious. Now, I should mention we will have the live streams up straight away after this one, or as quickly as we can anyway. Have it all scheduled, ready to go. And also alongside that, we are also going to be doing the previews of the two matches around the corner. They are talking to Fraha here, one of the Argentine players, who's very happy with the performance that his side were able to put in. The game is not over yet. Exactly right. There is still going to be another 7 minutes of action, New Zealand versus the Pumas in there as well. Leroy has said something. Unfortunately, I'm not great at my translations yet. But the crying face and the laughing face makes me think it's something along the lines of either he's calling me a dick, which is normal, or he's saying he's sad that Samoa lost, but he's happy Fiji aren't winning. It's just a guess. It's probably well and truly wrong, isn't it, Leroy? And I appreciate your update. And also the Kiwi Layers got this. Says Blues Nate down. Fiji often comes strong in the second half. Why should ABs bother? Says Mumbo Jumbo Kiwi. And Argentina have woken since the Football World Cup when Messi won. Says Creeper Reigns. Right, the Fijian huddle is done. Oh, nah. Says Richard. Okay, I'm not sure what it was, but I assume it wasn't what I said. Maybe not. Right. Here we go. 5 points difference between these two sides. Regan Weir, one of the experienced players out there for the Kiwis. They've also got Scott Curry and Tim Mickelson to come off the bench. Combined, those two have scored many, many tries throughout their illustrious career. But Rokalisoa will kick it off short. New Zealand, they managed to get themselves that early try like they always do in the match. But now the penalty goes the way of Fiji. Natungu takes the quick tap, going off to the left-hand side. Here comes Mothino Thangi, straightening with his run. Great low tackle by Leroy Carter. Now, it's going to be Natungu going off to the right-hand side. And the points, it is 7 points to 12 at the moment in this contest. Now going off again to Luganamasi, although the scoreboard does only say, oh no, there we go, just updated itself. Mothino Thangi goes off to the right-hand side to Natungu. Luganamasi, definitely going to be a dangerous player in the later stages. But Titaringa, I think, getting one of his first runs of this contest. We haven't seen too much of him out on the wing. Now, Wallace Saliso asking for the penalty in the breakdown. Doesn't receive it. Fiji go back across to the left on the halfway line currently. Jerry Tuwai. If anyone knows how to score a try and knows how to win a semi-final, it is that man. Dixon tries to counter-ruck. Not working out. Natungu now goes off to Wallace Saliso. He has been sensational since getting the opportunity only a couple of weeks ago. Now, my Samoa. Good stepping. Already scored one in this contest. Can he get another? He's not going to need to because Wallace Saliso will get the try. Slams the ball down. Fiji take the lead in the contest now. 14 points to 12. Try Fiji, says Ezekiel. And there, and also we get their Pumas will take revenge from New Zealand in the final. And also we get their 14-12. Win for Fiji, says Ezekiel. And also try time Fiji, Says Danston in there. And yes, Fiji, yes, says Viniana. The Fijians, they have shown that they are not out of a contest at any stage of a match. Now going to be lining up this kick. Goes straight over as well. Now makes a score 14 points to 12. Only 5 minutes remaining on the clock. Va'a Pilamaleko sitting there on 11 tries for the tournament, whereas this man, Wala Soliso, or Wala Soliso, I should say, has done very well indeed. And also, OMG, let's go Fiji, says Marika. You know what? Argentina at the moment. The question is, we've actually still got quite a few Argentine supporters on the live stream. So my question is, would you rather play New Zealand or Fiji in the final? And also, we know there is a delay in with the feed. Got up to spoil the live commentary with the comments, please, says Kerr. I think Ezekiel's a little bit ahead of me. I love the Kiwis, but it's about time we start winning again, says Ratu. Penalty goes the way of New Zealand. Probably wasn't the best timing, was it? But I agree. I feel like Fiji, to boost their confidence for the next year's Sevens, they need to win this competition just to say, at least we've done it once. They've only made 2 finals. They were both in Hong Kong. Scott Curry now moving up to the 22-meter line. Kill the game, Fiji. Don't bottle it, says Creeper Reigns. Now New Zealand going back across to the left-hand side. Going Z, says Pedro. Pass on the outside over the top. And Regan Ware goes through. Another try for New Zealand. And they take the lead back. That is something that they have been known to do quite a bit throughout their Sevens games. They'll go down in points and then they will come back. Normally, it's a little bit later than 3 minutes to go, though. So Fiji, I think, to be able to win this contest, they need 2 quick tries. Going Z, says Pedro. And there as well. But great try for Regan Ware. Managed to score it. And it's those experienced players who are stepping up. Dylan Collier, Regan Ware, Scott Curry, he did pretty well throughout that play. Mickelson, don't know whether he's made his way off the bench yet, but when he does, he will have an impact. Kick is missing away to the side, so that will make the score 17 points to 14 now between these two sides. Aotearoa is no better. Also, we have got Tosaviti Tosso, says Atamani. Right, Adam Leo. That's 12. Okay, Leroy Carter, I think, is going off his field. Off the field. I don't think he owns it. That I know of. There was a fox on this field earlier on day 1. And New Zealand taking their game to something else, leveled up. Says Nate. It's hard to tell, isn't it? Because both of these sides still have the potential of going on to win this contest. They're only being split by 3. And I don't see Fiji sitting down and saying, we're going to allow you to take this victory, New Zealand. I think they're going to need their A game. And they're going to need those experienced players to step up. But Fiji, the same can be said about them. They've got Natungu, Jerry Tuwai. To be able to have him out there on the field is a massive advantage for the Fijians. And now Nadovalo, the acceleration that man has is almost unmatched on the 7 circuit. Now back across to Filippo Satoranga. Finds the pass across to Logan Amasi. Doesn't take him very long to get anywhere with those long levers that he has on him. Now back down. Wallace Saliso. Penalty goes the way of none other than Tim Mickelson. Oh. Simultaneous. They were just trying to work out whether or not the ball was thrown away by the Fijians, although I don't know why they would throw it away at this stage, seeing as they do need the possession as soon as possible. Both sides set their standard for the Sevens. Says Blues Nate. Exactly right. These ones out there on the park, New Zealand and also Fiji, and alongside them, you'd have to say on the other side, you've got the Samoans and Argentina. Probably my top 4 sides throughout the season. But then USA, Great Britain probably need a little bit of a mention there because, I mean, Samoa, they haven't been great at times, but they have also had some very entertaining rugby to watch. Great rugby to watch, says Kerr. Exactly right. And I think it's going to continue for the next 100 seconds. New Zealand in possession. Brady Rush goes off to the left-hand side. Now to play a Cook Savage. Oh, pin in the ears back now for the Kiwis. That's going to be a loose ball from Scott Curry. They've called it as the knock-on, and it's an advantage for Fiji, and they've now got the line break. Passing across, giving it straight to Tim Mickelson. That man just seems to be everywhere for the Kiwis in the moments that matters. And that could be the difference maker. Although, speaking of difference makers, New Zealand playing with 6 men on the field now. He missed the kick down the wing. Who was that? That was Xavier Harris who tried to go for the boot. and completely missed it. And now Rockily So is playing injured. He's still trying to stop it. Nodovalo finds the offload. He's got to chase him here. Rockily So, even though he is pretty much completely shattered, manages to make that tackle. Fiji get themselves a penalty. They've taken the quick dab. New Zealand retreating. They can't retreat quick enough, though. And Fiji score themselves to try to take the lead back right at the end of the game. That is actually a move right out of New Zealand's playbook. The last minute try, 25 seconds remaining now. I believe they will actually still need to take the kickoff, though. It's amazing what genuine love of the game producer says, Kerr. Exactly right. Both of these sides just love putting on a show, and the Fijians may just be showing up for a final after that immaculate last-minute try. I have to say, fair play to Rockily Soa. He is injured badly. He still kept on running, though, managed to chase down the runaway. Now, this is not an easy kick for the Fijians. There's 8 seconds on the clock. I believe that they will still have to have the kickoff here, Argentina and Fiji in the final. Okay, as soon as I put time on, you have to kick it as the call. So pretty much they will still have time left. Natungu just away to the left-hand side, misses. And there is now time for the restart. 2 points difference. Oh, I mentioned how Fiji just did what New Zealand normally do at the end of the game. There's still time. Are New Zealand going to do what New Zealand do, or are Fiji going through to the final to face Los Pumas? It's nerve-wracking. Going to be a great final couple moments, though. Natungu has to think extremely strategic about where he goes here. Do they kick long, or do they go short and risk not kicking at the 10 metres? I believe they'll go short. They've got 4 men on this near side Fiji. They will try and find at least... No, they kick it long. Different tactic. Getting it as deep as they can. Oh, Scott Curry getting sold. By the way, the ball was bouncing. It's an awkward pass as well. Now Tapaya Cook-Savage goes on the outside. Rockily Soa shouldn't be on the field. He can't run at the moment. He actually had to stand still like he was a statue. Now, big cellular dummy from the youngster Harris. Mickelson almost wrestled down by Fiji. The ball was loose for half a second there. New Zealand, wide cut out pass, looked forward to me. The Rockily Soa, even though he's injured, still going to have the crack. He's got the pass on the inside if he wants it. Goes off to Mickelson. No, it's Scott Curry, in fact. New Zealand not over the line yet. Looking for the corner. He crubbers it. Was he taken out late? It's kicked dead. And the Fijians, they win the game. They're going through the youngster. That is what you call inexperience. Going for the grubber, kick in behind. Scott Curry was furious, but I think they may have gotten away with that one a little bit longer, New Zealand, because I believe that may have been a long forward pass that they had inside of their 22. Mickelson can't believe it. I feel so bad for the youngster because he's now realised, unfortunately, to play a Cook-Savage is a player that they're all looking at. Why did you kick the ball away? That's what they're saying. Unfortunately, the young man, and he is young, I believe. How old is Tapaya Cook-Savage? He's 22 years of age. Am I 22? How old am I? I'm 23. I'm a bit older than him. So he was born on the 1st of February. He's going to be a bit sad after that one. In pre-game foul as the great game. Kyle, as I call him, and be hard to sleep now, says Hanoi. So, yeah, we've got 2 more matches just around the corner. You can see the disappointment on his face. And it's nice to see that Shea Clark has gone over to him. At the end of the day, New Zealand have won this series for the overall rankings. But, like, Shea Clark is the only player who went over to Tapaya Cook-Savage and said, don't worry about that one. All the older players have just ignored him. But got to keep those young guys in the system. Rockily Soa, I don't even know how he was able to run as far as he did. Schoolboy era, keep the ball in hand, says Kerr, and go Fiji, says Jerry. So they are going through to the final now to face up against Argentina, New Zealand in their next contest. They will be going head-to-head with the Samoans for the 3rd place spot. So there's plenty of action just around the corner, ladies and gentlemen, and we will be covering it on the channel. We have got the bronze medal final coming up in the near future, and also the final. Go Fiji from one of your Samoan Usos. Says Valangi there, exactly. Hamish, New Zealand got the series. There as well, says Blues Nate. But now Fiji have got their opportunity to possibly secure their first gold medal finish of the 2022-23 season. This will be a big opportunity for them just around the corner. For anyone wondering what time that game is going to be kicking off, it is 4:26 a.m. New Zealand time. The Samoa versus New Zealand game, that will be kicking off at 3:29 a.m. So actually, exactly 2 hours time is when that is going to take place. Maliko tries scammer, says Juan Pablo. I mean, you could say that some of his tries are a bit unorthodox, but there's no rule against it. And the same thing was done by the Argentines, unfortunately. They did it for Marcos Maneta. They just didn't do it as well. They gave him about 2 or 3 tries, whereas Maliko was given 12. So at the end of the day, I think that Argentina, they did try and do it. Unfortunately for them, though, they just didn't score enough try. They were too busy, unfortunately, just having those close games rather than the runaways. Ostriches, to beat the Panthers. There's Kerr and revenge. Fiji from the Pumas. And also, well done, Fiji, says Pablo. And Pumas champion, says Ezekiel there on the Argentine flags. From the Berenos out away from Ice Cartel and some injuries though in Fiji. Yeah, it's going to be concerning. See who is going to be showing up in the near future. And Kerr, a legend, says Ice Cartel. And go for Bronze Samoa. Love from Fiji. There's Viniana. Yeah, as well. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning into this live stream. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Like I mentioned, next live stream at 3:29 a.m. New Zealand time. That is Samoa versus New Zealand. Argentina versus Fiji. That is at 4:26 a.m. New Zealand time. And then after that, we are also going to be having, or before that, I should say, we've also got a preview going out for each of the matches, which will be up in the very near future. But thank you all very much for tuning in. I will see you all for Fiji defeat the Ostriches. Black and white, rapid and wild, says Kerr there as well. Yeah, it's going to be an entertaining final because both of these two sides know how to play a little bit of unorthodox rugby, but also just fast-paced counter-attacking style. And it's going to be a good one. I'm excited. I don't even know who to predict to win those games in my previews. I'm nervous who manages to get the victory. Yeah, thank you all very much for tuning in. I'll see you all in a couple hours' time for that next live stream for the